are listening to Digital Denizens.
All right. Ready? Set, go. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Digital Denizens podcast, where we live to discuss all things in the ever-expansive gaming realm. Today is March 12th, episode 26. I am your host, Keith Whalen, a.k.a. the Gamer Stache. Alongside me, I am joined again, can't get rid of him, it's just impossible. AJ Volpe, all for gamers. How you doing, man?
What's going on? Glad to be here again. Thank you very much. Listen, I gave you an out last time. You said no, so I blame you.
Sorry, the only way you're leaving is in a box.
That's a threat if I ever heard any, so here I stay.
Love you, AJ. Thanks for joining. And we're also joined by our rotating third chair, Annie Morales. Did I pronounce your last name correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm splendid.
Good. Well, it's good for you to join us. We've got an intriguing episode ahead of us today. And we're also trying out a new segment, or a new episode, I should say. And we're calling it Next Gen. So basically what we're doing is we're bringing on Annie. She's a teenager, so she likes video games just like we do. But, we want to know what they're playing and what their thoughts are on some of this stuff and, kind of get inside their heads and know what's going on. So we're giving her the opportunity to do so today. And wow. Having trouble
right?
here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm dying. Choking on my own spit. It's difficult.
Oh, God. Terrible drink.
Terrible.
The man takes 10 minutes to make a perfect drink, but rather than drinking that, he's drinking his own saliva. What the hell's wrong with you?
My bad. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is probably try to do this like once a month or something. If it becomes more popular, obviously could be cool to do it more often. I'm totally down with that. Not out of the realm of possibilities. But if you guys, before we get into the nitty gritty, if you guys want to write into the podcast and have us read your funny anecdotes, interesting or emotionally charged video game stories, offer up ridiculous life questions like, what is bottled breath? Well, you might know what this is if you've ever gotten too close to somebody with the worst case of gingivitis, or if you've encountered somebody with one of these out in the wild. You might want to run unless you happen to be carrying a concoction of soothing dust and curious bloom to cure this ailment. But if you want
to the dentist.
I believe you, AJ. I believe you. But if you just want to share with us what you're currently playing, we'll be thrilled to share your thoughts with the rest of the listeners. And we're also, I don't know if you guys have listened to the other ones, but we have transitioned the Pixel to Pixel segment to their own episodes as well, which is where we do the interviews. And we're calling those the Content Creation Corner, which is to bring in streamers, podcasters, artists, basically anybody who is like-minded, that's in, doing something within the gaming platform surface. I don't know. The word I'm thinking of is escaping me, but we're trying to reach people. It's somewhere here in the gaming something. Yes. But we want to bring them onto the show, talk about what they do, why they do what they do, and what keeps them going. So if you guys want to write in, you can write into the show on Facebook at Digital Denizens or on Instagram at Digital_Denizens. And of course, if you have any feedback, that helps us to improve the show. Or if you guys just want to get your hands on some awesome gaming art or merch, we'll hook you up. We know some people, right?
It's true. We do.
Yeah.
People who also put other people in body bags.
Oh, wow. That took a dark turn.
I'm just saying, we know people.
Yeah, and we'll do the mentions for all the different people that we're working in with our group with New Game Plus, which is our new overarching umbrella where we can kind of make a home for a lot of these people to come on the Discord. If you guys want to get into Discord, DM us and let us know. We'll get you an invite so you guys can kind of chat, hang out, link up with people, start to collaborate with people, all that kind of stuff. So what do you say? Shall we get into it? Video games. Video games. VIG Games. All right. So, why don't we start with Annie since she's new? What have you been playing?
I would say ladies first is absolutely fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Currently, I've been playing Overwatch, and I'm trying to get back in VII Remake.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also playing. God, I already forgot.
Octopath.
Oh yeah.
the one you've been extremely excited to talk about. She's so excited she forgot. It's okay. It's fine. We'll forgive you this time.
That's it. He doesn't work on a 3-strike rule. He works on a 2-strike rules. That's it. You're out.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. We're just being ridiculous.
Oh. I mean, didn't I just discuss what I needed to?
Right. But let's talk about what are you in? All right. Let's start with Octopath. Or do you want to save that one for last?
I want to save that one for last.
Okay. All right, cool. So, Overwatch. What do you like about Overwatch?
I love the company Blizzard, and once my dad told me about it and that new game was coming out, and I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And so I did, and then I just fell in love with it. A bunch of the characters are pretty cool. Some of them you got cool skins, some of them you're just a loser. And then I have a couple favorite characters, so
that's cool. So do you have friends or something that you play with on that?
I used to, but they all ditched me, so
wow.
What a bunch of buttheads.
Shots fired. We're calling it right now. We're going after him.
That's that. You name names, we'll go after them.
Yeah. We know people around here, right?
Yeah, they put people in boxes and body bags and cement shoes and whatnot.
Yeah, Tommy Two Fingers. We know him. He's dangerous.
I almost asked why you had 2 fingers, and I almost had 2 fingers.
You don't want to know.
Cycle.
Don't get into it, all right? AJ, knock it off, all right?
So I have a question for you. So with playing Overwatch, do you find it to be like a nice place where you can kind of just unwind and kind of decompress from the day? Because I know a lot of people can either go either way, like where they're incredibly passionate because they're all about the victories, or some people are just like, nah, I just want to shoot somebody in the head just to make myself feel better.
I used to rage at games a lot for some reason because I have my dad's temper. Now that I'm more used to it, I have fun with it, and I like to let people know that as long as it's not competition and it's not going towards you, you should be fine. So don't be a whiny little baby, okay?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so then would you say that from playing that game, that obviously, because you and I were talking a little beforehand, would you say that you find it? So you were telling me that you can find it a little toxic. Would you say that it's, since you started playing until now, has that been a constant? Has it kind of calmed down ever since you started, or do you think it's gotten worse?
I personally think it's gotten worse.
Okay.
My dad used to rage a lot when he first started playing it, and he still kind of does, but he's a little calmer now. But a lot of people I've talked to, and when I try to join groups of random people trying to find groups, sometimes they just kick me automatically because my stats are too low, or just because I'm a squeaker because I'm a lady. I squeak, I guess.
That's BS.
A bunch of sexist assholes. Sorry.
Yeah. It's true though. I mean, yeah, no, that's totally a problem within the gaming space. I mean, whether you're 15 like Annie or you're 30, it's ridiculous that people kind of resort to that crap.
No, I know plenty of girls who can talk just as much shit as guys do.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Your mom, for one.
All the time. There's no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. It's just, it's a pain in the butt to have to deal with people like that. Trying to think of anything else about Is it? I mean, is it? I've never played Overwatch personally. Is it like high stress at times?
When you have a bunch of people screaming at you, yes, especially if you're support, which I'm normally support.
Yeah.
Um, it depends on the people you're playing with, because some of them will like just keep spamming messages. Like you have like the option to say something in chat. And especially if you're in a party on Xbox, PC, PC, everything else, it can just make you feel highly stressed, and just makes you more like not trying to help. And then if you do your best and people are still screaming at you, it just hurts a lot.
Yeah, definitely. That was actually the other question I was thinking of, and then it kind of escaped me, and then it came back. Was like, is that, I guess that seems to be like kind of a problem, is people kind of just like talking smack on there and just sort of like cyberbullying in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so annoying, because it's like you just want to play a game, whether you're like, and that's why like if I don't play competitive shooters or competitive games like that, because I don't want to deal with people like that, even at being 31 years old. But if I do play something like that, I usually shut off the chat, and I mute everyone, because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I'm here to play the game, and if you're gonna just be like be a dick about it, I'm just not gonna deal with it. So
no need to be so like, mean. But I would actually agree with that though too, because I hear that sentiment a lot. And my thing is, I talk with my friends. And you and I were talking about this before. So I was telling her, dude, that I haven't been on like a public kind of chat room for a long time, probably since like Halo 3. Because I know that people are going to be toxic. I know, like I told you, a long time. So I know people are going to be toxic, right? So I go in there anticipating, expecting, and knowing what's going to be happening. So I don't want to put myself through there. I just want to play the game. Mm-hmm. And if I suck, I suck. I don't care. Typically, I do. But it doesn't matter if you're amazing at it, or as long as you're having fun. That's why I would advise anybody. And again, like I can be talking out my ass, but anybody who doesn't want to be a part of that, I would absolutely, probably the best thing to do would be turn off the chat, get the hell out of there. Just play the game for you, just because that's your favorite thing to do. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Screw them.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else you want to add about Overwatch?
There's nothing else I want to add, unless we want to talk about this stupid event right now, like I was talking with AJ earlier.
No, go ahead. Feel free.
Okay, so currently, I forgot when this was released, but it has been... they normally take a week, and then they take off the event. But this event is for I think they're called Pachimari. I couldn't remember earlier, but they're those little squid things that look like onions, I guess. And then you just get a bunch of sprays that you don't even have to earn. And then there's one emote and one skin. And the skin is kind of, everybody's not really fond of it. Personally, it's alright, but I would prefer something more like, if all of the characters got some different skin, like if their Pachimari was on it.
I think I just pulled it up too. The Pachimari event skin for Overwatch is Roadhog.
Yes.
Yeah, that does look silly.
Yeah, everybody was like, what the hell is this? What is going on with the company? Are you okay? So
are you okay? Send an SOS if you need psychological help.
Yeah, it's just I don't. Most of the events, like the normal occurring events, are pretty good. I think they're just trying to at least get something out, especially during COVID. Even though in Texas they released it, for I don't know why. Like, there's only 7% of us vaccinated. So
sad. Yeah, that is weird. You think like if they're gonna do an event, wouldn't they try to release? Do they normally release skins for like all the characters at the same time?
Yeah, it sometimes it'll depend because characters already have skins for that event, but it'll also alter
Okay.
on, I guess, what the audience wants, but normally it's not. So.
Yeah. That's really weird. Yeah, come on, Blizzard, get on it. Get on your A game. We're tired of it. Yeah, that's strange. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good. That's mainly what I wanted to discuss.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's move to Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is like one of my this is one of my favorite games of last year. I mean, the original game is definitely like one of my favorites too, because I grew up with that. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I never beat the original as a kid because like it was really complicated when I was growing up. My brothers had it on PlayStation 1. They beat that game I don't know how many times, but I've gotten like pretty far into it, probably like almost like halfway or something like that. And I was playing, I think last year when before this came out, the remake, I was playing it on the Switch and my son kind of got into it. He's 7 years old. And like I try to get him into more games like that, but he's still like kind of stuck on like Fortnite and.
Oh, I didn't even want to know.
I know. It's not.
You almost projectile vomited fit.
Yeah, I don't really personally like. I don't care for Fortnite just because like I guess it like for younger kids, I guess that's cool. Like for you to like hang out and like build stuff. Like I think that part's cool, sort of. But I try to get them into more like engaging games, like that have like an interesting story or like unique puzzles and things like that. You know, to kind of train your brain a little bit more, make you think.
Legend of Zelda. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I should get him like one of the older Zelda games on the Switch. Maybe like Skyward Sword might be a little easier for him than like Breath of the Wild.
It's like my favorite Legend of Zelda game.
Is that your favorite?
Played that one.
That's my favorite one because I remember my mom beating it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, everything is beautiful."
That's really cool. I never played Skyward Sword either. I was never I wasn't a huge Nintendo fan like as a kid. Like we typically had we had the Sega Genesis, we had the Sega Master System, we had Sega Saturn, we had the Sega Dreamcast.
Did you have the Tower of Power?
No, we did not have what's the Tower of Power?
Basically, like so I don't know if you know, Annie, when you were younger, Genesis they thought outside the box, which
Are
is
you
phenomenal
talking about
for the
the 3D what is it, the 3DFX? No, not 3DFX.
No. So with Sega, it's you do you remember how you had to get the plug-in in order to play Sonic and Knuckles? You needed to put the plug-in for I forget what the hell the name of it is.
Oh, like the stack?
Yeah, so, and that's exactly it. So the base was the Sonic the Sega CD system, right?
Oh,
and then on top of the Sega CD, then you had the Sega Genesis. Then on top of the Sega Genesis, then you had
what was that called? It was like the 3D 32X
RX.
It was the 32X because I remember
32X.
my brother has the Knuckles box still. Like never opened it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that thing's probably worth a couple $100 easily.
Easily, without a doubt. But if you Google the Tower of Power, that's exactly what it is. It's all those stupid little things just like stacked on top of one another in an impossibly stupid thing. But I mean, again, like the fact that they were they thought outside the box, but not enough to actually also have them have one power cable. They had to have their own individual power cables, so you had this monstrous behemoth of a disgusting blob.
Yeah,
but it's called the Tower of Power. It's hilarious. Google it.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
I think I've seen it, maybe.
Yeah, that was interesting. So I never really got too much into the Zelda games until like probably we did have an N64. So we did I played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and that was my extent of Zelda games pretty much. But anyway, we got way too off topic. It's fine. But yeah, like Final Fantasy VII, the remake is just like seeing that game being like transformed from what it originally was, like the polygonal masterpiece that was, being transformed into like the amazing graphics that we have now with the remake is just like phenomenal. And the soundtrack being like totally redone from the ground up was just like that scene in the beginning, with the train and in Midgar, and then seeing Cloud jump on top of the train. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. Playing that for the first time. And what's funny too is like I did get the remake for my son because he played the original one a little bit, but he didn't like the turn-based style fighting. And I guess I had the same sentiment as a kid. Like I didn't care for the turn-based, and I always wanted a Final Fantasy VII game that had like the hack and slash that the remake has. And so I was like, oh my God, you're so in love with this game because of like the style fighting that it has. I was like, I wanted this for 20 years. You have no idea. It was just phenomenal. But what do you like about it so far?
Just like what you said, the fighting style, the live action, I loved it because I'm that kind of person. I like kind of first shooter and all that. And once I saw it was coming out, and just like my mother, she used to play it all the time, and now I'm finally starting to get into Final Fantasy again. I was like, wow, this game has good graphics, a good storyline, and the fighting style is just how I want it. Yeah. And then, okay, when I was playing the remake, I followed in my mom's steps because there was a few weapons you could get, but some of them didn't have like enough things for materia. Am I thinking of the right game? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they had the materia slots on the weapons. Yep.
Yeah. So even though his original sword didn't have that many slots, it was very powerful, I want to say.
Oh, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and some of the other weapons were like very heavy and just like heavier attacks, and some of them were just not that great. So me and her just stuck with
like the Buster Sword.
With the Buster Sword.
Yeah, that was actually like going through most of the game. I think I probably used the Buster Sword the most because it is like one of those weapons. Even after you upgrade it, you can still go back to it at any point. And it's just good in any situation. Whereas I agree with you. There were certain weapons that I was like, yeah, I don't really care for the way that it looks. And effectively, it didn't work as well either. But there were some really good weapons in there that I loved using. And I feel like trying to think back, it's been a little bit since I played it, but there were certain weapons I think that were better in certain situations, like certain boss battles or against certain enemies, because you were able to stack certain types of materia. Like there's different combinations of materia that you can stack. And my brother, I remember him and I were playing the remake at the same time, and he was going on about it. He was like, dude, you can stack this one and this one and this one, and it creates this combination creates like a certain type of like effect. And I was just like, what? Like there's so much stuff. Like you just kind of either have to like go through like the wiki or kind of play around with it, and you find like really awesome combinations of the materia.
Yeah. I didn't know about it. So I didn't even know you could do that. You literally just said it. So
yeah. So I think it's like what is it? It was in the original game. It was called All, right? In remake, I think it's called something else. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was one of the blue ones. But say you stack that with like fire or ice or lightning, that will actually make it so you can attack every enemy. So you do the attack once, it'll attack everybody on the play field. And then there's like other ones that do similar sort of things like that you can stack them and then create like a massive effect on top of like all of the enemies or something similar. Yeah, it's super cool. Like I didn't know that for like a long time going into like playing the game. And then he told me about that. I started playing around with it. I was like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Helps out so much.
It does. It does really change the way that the game plays, effectively. So, so did you play like the original one at all?
I didn't, but now that I'm seeing all of this and hearing all about it, I kind of do.
Yeah.
No.
I would honestly. I mean, it's definitely more simplistic. Especially like if you were to like going through the original one. So the remake actually goes up until the point where you leave Midgar. Mm-hmm. That's like pretty much where it ends. But they've like stretched that out. I think like if you kind of mainline it, it's like 30 hours. But if you were to actually go and do all of the side stuff, I stretched it. I did everything. So I stretched it to like 65 hours or something like that. But if you go and play like the original game, it takes you probably like 3 or 4 hours to get to that point of where you leave Midgar. It's like super fast. And I loved how much they were able to like take that story and stretch it out. Yeah, and it actually like explores more of the characters like Wedge and Biggs and Jesse. Like those characters are gone within like 5 seconds of like you going into the game.
Yeah.
And they really like explored more on those characters and were able to make them more like fleshed out and everything. I love that. Jesse's like one of my favorites. Leslie will argue with me on that day and night, but
I know she's always Team Tifa.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tifa. Don't get me wrong, but we've got to root for Jessie too. She was awesome. So, anything else that you really liked about it? Where I have to ask actually, where are you in the story of the remake right now?
I am just where I think right before you sneak into Shinra.
Oh yeah. Is that, wait, I'm trying to think. Is that where you are on the motorcycle? Like going to there?
I think I've already passed that.
And you like, did you meet that guy on the other motorcycle and he like, you have
Roche?
That? Yeah, Roche. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, he's weird, but I like him.
Oh my God, he's great.
It's like, try not to die. You're like, yes, thanks. So I won't. I mean, I will.
That premise.
Yeah, and he wasn't in the original, which is cool. It was kind of like they did add some really cool stuff like that into the remake. Anything else that you wanted to mention about that one?
No, but I do kind of want to mention Barrett's lines. Let me just tell you those.
Are you disappointed with Barrett?
No, I love him to death.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say.
No, I love him. Like the random stuff he says. Like even when he does the little theme song after you're done after a battle, I was like, yes, I was like, oh my God, if that wasn't me in a character, I don't know what is.
I've heard some people, they're like, I hate Barrett in the remake. Like he doesn't sound like what I would think he sounds like. I'm like, he sounds exactly what I thought he would sound like, honestly. Like, and that's the thing I don't think a lot of people understand about the Final Fantasy remake. Like the original, they didn't talk. So you didn't understand what they were going to sound like. You kind of just had to use your imagination, which I always did and kind of acted out the lines when I was playing. But in the new one, like it's very like anime. Like if you watch a very like Japanesey anime, like that's how they talk. And like you have to understand it's a Japanese game.
Get the hell out of here.
Right, exactly. Like that's what you should expect from that. And I was so happy that they made it like over dramatized anime. Especially with Barrett, like the way he's just like, what are you talking about? And I love, like you were saying with the whole like theme song, like at the end of every battle, Barrett's like, dun, 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 dun. Like that's so cool because that was at the end of every battle. And that was like a unique way to actually insert that in there without it being like so gamey.
Yeah.
Like have this weird game thing play at the end of every battle. It was just perfect. Yeah. Good point. I'm glad you're on the same team there. Let's see. And I want to say too, that's awesome that you're playing it, because I don't know that, like, are there other kids that are playing that game at your age typically?
I'm not sure, but I think there's one person that I'm friends with, sort of. I know he's a big Smash friend, but I think he is playing the remake. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious because I know it's like, I felt like that type of game would appeal more to like an older audience because it's such an older game. You know, I'm sure there's like new people coming into it. They're like, oh, what's this game? You know, and they find out that it's a remake, you know, but they're like, oh, it's still really cool, and get into it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool to see that, you know, younger kids are getting into this because it is a classic, you know. Good eye. All right. So you want to talk about Octopath?
Yeah.
Shall we proceed?
All right. Here's the deal. I know it's overpriced, but you got to give it a chance, okay? Graphics are great. You got 8 characters to choose from, and in the end, you're gonna collect them all anyways.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then your tactics. Like, say you went with the hunter, I think. Girl, you get all kinds of animals from the forest and like the tundra, all of it. And it's great. Like, I chose to play as the thief in the demo, and then once we actually got it, within the demo, I defeated the first boss.
Oh, that's cool.
And oh my goodness, he was extra large. I think,
You're saying he's overweight?
No, I meant like
No, fat. Come on, be sensitive.
You're saying he's fat. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You can say that.
No, but
he's a fictional character. He does not have feelings.
Not unless you program them into them. Don't stop being so insensitive.
Fat bosses have feelings. Hashtag.
no.
We do need the trifecta.
Yes.
No, but legit, he was like, I think he was the king or like the main butler that you had to fight. And since I'm the thief, you know, I can steal health, I can steal items off of him, but you always have a percentage. And like, if you have 70%, it's going to give you that 30 and 70% in order to get them. And if you get caught, there's not a big fee. You're just like, I think you make them kind of more angry. But, and then after I was done doing that, when I started playing the actual game when it came out, and I traded it in for something, and then I got it for free because my family has a lot of points.
Oh, yeah, I've done that before too. I kind of try to save them up so I can get a huge discount off of games.
Yeah. But once I started actually playing, I decided to go back to the demo and like try out all these other characters, like oh my goodness, I forget him. Anyways, but the hunter, I tried the scholar, I think. Of course, I went for the thief because that's my favorite. There's, I think that's all I got to try before the original came out. But there's oh my goodness, there's the thief, hunter, psychic, merchant, dancer, I think. And then,
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. There's 3 more that I can never remember, but yeah, they're great.
So when you start, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. When you start the game, do you get to choose whichever one you want to start as?
Goodness, yes, and that's the fun thing about it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and like I said, you all get them in the end, and of course, I think there's a limit on your party. Which I hate sometimes, but you know.
How many can you have in your party at a time?
I think it's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I've had thief, me, and the hunter, and I think I was working on getting the If anybody's seen it, it's the girl that's in the church and is trying to get away. But yeah, so I was working on that, and then I got stuck, and then here's where my life went downhill. Okay, I was trying to do something, like, in order, like, sometimes I'll accidentally save it when I don't need it. I have to exit out of the game and do something else. But it actually, oh my gosh, it didn't save, but it deleted everything I worked on.
Like, since you last saved, or
like, I accidentally, when I went in there, I accidentally, like, I hit delete.
Oh no.
Yes.
That's tragic. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. It's like a death in the family. It's almost worse at times.
Depending on the family member.
Depending
on like grandma anyways.
It's just Uncle Jerry. We never really cared about him all that much.
Did you know his feet smelled during Thanksgiving dinner? True story.
Yeah. He always took his shoes off when we told him not to. What an a-hole.
So let me ask you this. If you started off with the psychic, does it tell you how the story already ends? Like, how psychic are we talking here?
Okay, so every character has a different story from where they're coming from. That's, like, within the demo, it gives you the whole story about them. Again, since I've played the thief, it told me that he was trying to travel out of town, and then later on he decides to steal from the kingdom, and then officially he completes his plan, and that's where the butler comes in. You have to beat him and all that, and then you're free, and then you get to roam around and work on getting the next character, and the next character after that is the hunter, like I said, and then she tells you her story, and you get all the info on that, and then you just have fun with her, and you do the quest in order to get out of town. But the sad thing is, you're locked in that town until you're done. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, get to a certain point, and then you can leave the town and go and kind of explore it elsewhere. Yeah. So I think when you go to choose each individual character as, like, a starting character, doesn't that change how the story kind of goes throughout the game? Like, they each have their storyline that it follows when you start as that character.
Yeah. Everything has the same ending. Of course, you get everybody. But once you start out, like, when I was doing the demo and I decided to go back in, I worked as the hunter, and the hunter said everything about her story, and you had to beat the boss, and then the story just continues from there. So it basically is working down, like, depending on whoever you have. So when you have a certain character, it goes through everybody's story.
Yeah.
So depending on how you pick up people, it goes through it. And of course, I obviously have not completed it. So I'm not sure. Like, I don't like looking up games and spoilers and all that. But I'm not sure how it ends, but I'm sure it all ends the same way, which I think I'm pretty sure it does.
I think it does. I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Why they all just, like, culminate together or something like that?
Yeah, because I think like she was saying, as you go through the game, you collect all 8 of the characters. But so it does end up in the same ending, but I think it does change certain events as you go through the story when you start with each individual character. So say you start as a thief, you'll have a different start, and there's some probably things that as you go through the story that will be different. And I think it might be different how you meet some of the characters too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, that, all of that kind of stuff, like, is shuffled or changes on each playthrough with each different character.
See, that's actually interesting enough, at least to get me interested in actually buying it. Like you said, it's right. It's a a hefty amount of money to still purchase it, even though it's like what 2 years old now.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I think like a week ago, and I was like, it's still $60.
Was it Nintendo doesn't like to drop their IPs, especially if they're like, oh my god, you really like it? Do you think we're dropping our prices? No.
I should have expected that though, but I think they actually have it on Steam too. I saw just the other day it's actually on Steam, and I was like,
so it's probably like 75 cents then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, on there it's probably cheaper. I don't know. I would assume, unless maybe it's because it's a Nintendo property, even though it's on Steam, they probably still hold the same price.
More than likely, yeah, because Nintendo is not going to let you go.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're like, one stipulation: we'll let you put it on Steam, but you got to pay the same price.
But we don't want it. Then you don't get access to it. What do you think? Get the hell out of here.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've wanted to play that for a long time. It looked really cool. I love like the art style in it is so like unique, like that cool, like it's like almost like a 3D pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's very unique. And the fighting style is turn-based, right? Like the old school Final Fantasy games.
Yes, it is. And that's the only downfall I had with it. But then once I started like seeing how it works with all the types of characters, I was like, oh, okay, I can get into this. So
yeah, like I said earlier, like when I played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, I didn't care for the turn-based stuff. Playing it now, like now I actually enjoy it. Like I see it's kind of like the old like Pokemon games too. There was sort of like that turn-based style, and it's just. It is different, and it's a little bit of like a barrier to get past, but once you do, like it's pretty enjoyable, and like you kind of see the dynamics of like how the fighting works and using like different items, and it's not just like click attack, wait for your turn, click attack, wait for your turn. Like there's certain things that happen where like you're like, oh, my character's died, I need to revive them, and kind of like prioritizing some of your abilities in a certain way. Yeah, it's super cool. Anything else that you want to add about Octopath?
No, I'm good. I am good.
Okay, cool. All right. AJ, what have you been playing, man?
Not Octopath. How do you follow that?
I don't know, man. She's got us all beat.
That's really about it. Like anything I'm going to say now, I just kind of feel like sucks.
All right, moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
You're done. We don't want to deal with you anymore. You suck. No, well, so I've been what was it? I've been obviously a lot of Stardew Valley. So I do the Twitch streaming now, and thank you very much to everybody who has followed. They've helped double my channel size within about a week and a half time span, which is awesome. Really do like it. So that in itself is a very interesting game, as you guys have also seen. We've decided to also, kind of add in our own thrills to it, because why the hell not?
Yeah.
Hashtag down with Abigail. But
we don't like Abigail.
No, screw Abigail. She stole Haley's name, then it's a whole big mess. I'm adding that in my hashtags now. Every time I was like, okay, so I need to do hashtag host have feelings, and now I'm doing the really dopey one from my recent Let's Play. So you actually might like this one, yeah. So it's not a hoe like a stripper hoe. I am very tasteful. So it's actually because like I went on a complete rant when Matt and Keith were playing on my first stream, because they're they were bros and they helped me out. But I was just going on a real just stupid tirade. It's like, all right, so you got to get this hoe, and you got to keep on digging the mulch or whatever else. Like, you know what, this is bull, blah 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 blah. It's like, hoes have feelings too. Hashtag hoes have feelings, and we were just laughing our asses off. So it became a thing. But also my next favorite one, and Keith actually liked this one too, is like I have my YouTube channel, so All for Gamers. I'm doing some Let's Plays. I'm playing this game called Blue Fire. I'm really liking it so far. And I was just on my second stream. I was just rambling again because it's unscripted. I have an idea in my dopey head of what I want to say, but then I just ramble on and just say silly things. So I was just all of a sudden going on. And the next one that I think everyone should love, and I think you'll like this too, is hashtag Living La Vida Gamer.
Love it.
So I had Ricky Martin on the brain for a fraction of a second. I don't know why, but it turned into that hashtag, which is funny. But so that's the second game I've been playing. I have problems. Leave me alone. And then the third one
around for a reason. I just can't think of it right now.
it's because I bring my outlandish personality, my devilishly good looks, and just really stupid jokes. The third game I've been playing is just Breath of the Wild, kind of the same thing. So the only two ones really that are new are just Stardew Valley and Blue Fire.
We definitely keep him around for his corny jokes and his good looks.
That's really it. Listen, when you got it, you got it. So
yeah, you just got to roll with it. Yeah, you're welcome. So I haven't had a lot of time to play games lately because I've been like spending most of my time editing the podcast. I did start. AJ got me into streaming, which is awesome.
Guilty.
Yeah, thank you. But I've been like on and off. I've been playing Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tassos.
That's another one I'm a genius on. You're welcome.
Yeah, that game is awesome. It is a really fun game to play.
That is a lot of fun.
We did on AJ's stream. We started streaming that game, like 4-player. We did with Leslie, AJ, Matt, and me. I lost Matt's head at one point.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, if that's not me.
Yeah.
I totally do that.
My problem was that we were in like a dungeon and there was bats flying around and I was like, hey, you can pick up rocks and throw them at enemies. I wonder if I can throw somebody's skull at an enemy. And I threw it at it and it disappeared. And I was just like, oh no, Matt, I lost your skull. And then like 20 minutes later, I admitted, I was like, yeah, I think it was because I threw it at the bats.
Probably was me, guys. Sorry, my man.
And then AJ lost it the second time. Oh, no. Well, I think it was because we were fighting. And then when we finished the fight in the dungeon, it just disappeared.
I'll be honest with you. I probably was me too. I honestly didn't know what the hell I was doing. My guy was just going everywhere. I probably was just like, throw this, throw that, skull, throw that too. I don't know.
Yeah, that was amazing. Oh my God. It was just, it's just like I like that game. It's very simplistic, but it has like a lot of what makes like the old school, like top down Zelda games. Mm-hmm. What made those games great. It has a lot of that like dungeon crawler-esque kind of feel to it.
Adventure feel.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's so much more fun when you're like, I've tried to play by myself and I'm like, it's still fun, but it's so much better when you have friends to play with on it.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I talked about this on the last podcast. I was playing this game Pixelot, which I got a free Steam beta key for. This is my first free game code. I'm so proud about this.
You should be. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I met this guy on Instagram, Kyle Berger, and you can find him on Instagram at Iceburger3, and he made this game Iceburger 3. Yep.
I was making sure I heard you right.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'll put the link. I'll put the links and stuff down below too in the video version if you guys are watching. But he made this game all by himself. It's on Steam, it's on iOS and Android, and it's just like an old school pixel art sort of Final Fantasy, like turn-based style fighting.
I think I saw it earlier, and I was like, why not?
It was. Was it on my Instagram?
Yeah, it was on yours and my mom's.
Yeah, exactly. So like that game's really cool. I've I put in a couple hours last week and I put in a couple hours the other day. And I think he said it's about like maybe 30 hours in total, possibly. And so I think right now you can download the demo, but the full release, I actually talked to him today and he said that the full release comes out March 31st. And actually right now, if you DM him on Instagram, you can, he'll actually give you a free key for iOS, if you wanted to test it for him. So if you want to hit him up on Instagram and tell him that I sent you his way, I'm sure he'd be happy to give you a free code. It's definitely worth playing. It's pretty cool. It's very simplistic. Like, it's not like, Octopath is a little more like 3D pixel art. It's more like old school pixel art, but it's still really cool. And it's like it has a lot of like depth within the game itself. Like the fighting is really cool. Being able to like use different abilities and different classes. Like I think it was like either assassin. I think it was assassin was the class that I picked for mine. So you can kind of like hide. Like once you get into battle, it's like the like 2D side scroll type, the sideways shot, and you have your enemies on one side, you're on the other side. And so like you can pick hide, and then it hides you. So if they go to hit you, they'll probably miss. And then you can do an assassinate attack, which like is like surprise and then does like a really good amount of damage to them.
Hella awesome.
Yeah. And it's I would say it has like some similarities to Octopath. Like you collect other players or other characters that join your party, and then you can get items and like armor and weapons for them. You can upgrade their armor and weapons just like you can with your character, manage their abilities, and you control all of them within the battle. So it's super fun. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Kyle, for again trusting me with your life. Young sir. I don't know. Maybe you're young. Maybe you're not. I don't know.
We're in our 30s. The odds of him being younger is actually probably tantamount. He probably is.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I've been playing that. Also, I kind of jumped back in at last week. I was talking about the news on Anthem, which is EA and BioWare, how they basically decided to cancel the whole revitalization since the game came out. A lot of people were disappointed with it. And basically said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore, probably because they're not making money off of it. If they do, like basically everybody would be getting this, like, I think it was Anthem 2.0 or Anthem Next, essentially is what they were calling it. And it was going to be like a full overhaul of the game, and they decided to cancel it. And I was like, you know what? I had gotten the game with my graphics card for free last year when I bought the RTX 2080. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to jump back in and see like if they did improve anything or like how it is. Like, I couldn't remember what it was like. And it's actually pretty fun. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I turned off like the matchmaking because I was like, this is just annoying having to wait for people. And like, I just wanted to go through the story itself. And are you familiar with this game, Annie?
Maybe. I don't think I do. But
so
that's cool.
It's basically like it's this open world game. It has a very like Destiny kind of feel to it.
Okay.
But it's third person. Like so you're behind the back of the character, and you play as like a character that controls like an Iron Man like suit in a sense. So you can fly through the world. You can like you can do all these like cool maneuvers and everything. And you have there's like 4 different classes, and each class has like different abilities and whatnot. It's pretty cool. And graphically, it's like, it's really awesome. Yeah. So just going through the story, like I actually had a lot of fun jumping back into it. I was like, man, this is actually really cool. I think there just should be like more customization and stuff like that, obviously. But I've been having a lot of fun going back to it. I wanted to play the other night, but I didn't have time to. So, but the game that I've been streaming that AJ got me in is actually Half-Life Alyx, which is this is basically takes place between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. And this is their VR game that they came out with last year. And this game is awesome. Annie, I'm sure your mom would probably let you check it out, but it's I have it on my Twitch stream. You could probably watch like the previous 2 streams that I did. So I'm playing through the entirety of that game.
If you want to hear him scream like a girl, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Essentially it's me screaming like a girl and tripping over crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like things jump, like there's like these weird little like alien like the head crabs.
Okay, no.
Yeah. And so like they'll jump at you, and like you have to either dodge them, or if they land on you, they'll actually be like stuck to you for a minute. And I'm like backing it off my chest.
Dude, I was a really quick interjection. I'm sorry. I was doing the debate between Matt and I was because I wanted to support my boy. I had him on playing on my phone. I thought I had it muted, and I just had him playing down over here. I'm talking with Matt, and we're going back and forth about Zelda, and I just hear in the faintest thing, what the hell was that? Oh, it was my phone. Oh, oops.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's what you can expect from my sense. But yeah, just like doing a lot of like really cool interaction, high energy, like all of the dead zombies and like characters that I found that were dead in the game. I basically named them Jimmy.
That's my ex-boyfriend's name.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice. Good call.
Sucks to be you, Jimmy. Sorry.
It's okay. Jimmy doesn't have feelings.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't have feelings. Anyway, but it was just funny because I was just like, I walked up to one of the dead guys or whatever, and I lifted his head up and I was like, "Is that you, Jimmy? Where are you?" And I was just like doing stupid crap like that. It was a lot of fun, and it seemed like people were like enjoying it. One of the guys that started following me on Instagram, I think his name is I Am Nuggies VR, and he jumped in and he was like, "Oh my god." Screaming and tripping over things as promised. I was like, I always deliver on my promises. So, but yeah, like it was just cool to see him go. Like he actually followed me from Instagram to the Twitch stream, and then like he's been like commenting on some of my stuff. So thank you, dude. Appreciate your support and everything. So yeah, that was just.
He likes nuggies though.
Probably, I should ask him that.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, and also, one last thing I wanted to add. I actually brought AJ into this game. Well, it's more of like a hangout in VR, but it's called Altspace VR. I had a VR meeting with some really cool people in this thing. Like, we started out jumping in. Like I had to make my character. I was able to make one with a nice grand stash like I have in real life. That was amazing. Being able to depict myself, make like a really cool avatar that looks like me.
It's scary how much it looks like you, to be honest with you.
It is, yeah. So this is like, I don't think a lot of people know about Altspace VR, but it's really interesting because like people will create their own worlds and then you can go like world hopping. Like we went to Crash Bandicoot. Like they actually had Crash there with I can't remember the guy's name, but the Ooga Booga map.
It's not Ooga Booga. You get that saying it too. It's like
that's the noise that he makes. Like, can you blame me?
You're not wrong, so I can't say that you are. And obviously, I know no better, and I like Crash Bandicoot because I don't freaking remember his name. But no, that was creepy because you just like walk up to him and he's like 4 foot, and I was like, if this was like a real person, he's literally like 4 feet. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's weird.
So it was funny though. Like, we went to a cyberpunk world. That like when I brought AJ there, him and I were actually just like standing in this city. There's like smog everywhere. There's like flying cars that look like they're out of the Fifth Element flying around. I was about
to say it was like Blade Runner and Fifth Element.
We're trying to have a conversation here.
So rude, even for NPCs. I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but like meeting them, it was Arabella VR, which I met her on Instagram, and then her group of roving bandits within the VR space. We'll go with that. They run a company called VR Forward. They're actually going to be on the next episode, and we're going to do like an interview segment on the content creation corner episode, and then they'll be on the gaming podcast. We're gonna have some of their members on, but they brought me to one of their houses, and I think it was Arabella VR. She goes, "We're gonna go to our friend Brenton's house because mine's messy," and I was like, "That's a statement to say." What? How does that work? I'm curious. Like, how do you make a VR house messy?
Well, you see, Keith, you take 12 hours to meticulously code clothes literally all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For reasons, obviously.
Right. Because science. But it was just, I said that to them and I was like, that's a statement. And that was just funny. But it was cool though. Like we went to a bar, and it was like a club with like really cool artwork that people designed on the walls. Like the lighting and everything was awesome. They had a live DJ in VR playing music, and I even had difficulty hearing the people that I was talking to in the club, just like in real life. And I was like, they totally recreated this like real life. It's blowing my mind, the fact that I really can't hear you right now because of loud music.
That's awesome. So you can actually get back to a sense of normalcy. Actually, what's her face? Followed me on Instagram because I reposted your thing for St. Patty's Day, their little St. Patty's bash. So she's like, "Oh, thank you for posting that and everything." So I was like, "Yeah." So she followed me, gave her a follow, told her that I exactly what you're saying is like, he showed me all these different worlds. He was so excited about it. Now I'm excited about it. It's like, because you can actually go see concerts again, and I need to see concerts and hang out with people. So I appreciate you bringing me along for the ride.
That was probably Arabella VR. She's awesome.
Yes.
And we're going to be going to a St. Patty's Day VR party tomorrow, which is going to be fun. That'll be cool.
I might actually buy a beer because I am over 21.
Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, it was cool. So essentially, VR Forward, they put on events like that, like concerts. They do coffee houses. They do open mics where people can come and play guitar through VR. And some people, I think, that are playing like music and stuff do it through like a 2D version. So they're not playing in VR. So that way they can operate like all of their music equipment and stuff on their computer, but they're playing it through the game. So that way people can hear it in the club and whatnot. So they're actually like DJing it, whatever. Or like some people do like poetry and stuff like that. They'll read it on stage in the game, and you can kind of like, you can hit a button to raise your hand to go into the queue to get involved in that. They do a true crime podcast. That's like, they actually did it yesterday, I think, Thursdays. And so like you can be in the crowd and ask questions about like the cold cases that they cover on the podcast. And it's just like really unique. Like I've never heard of anything like this before, and seeing that people are doing this, and I think is just like really interesting. And the fact that I think like right now in the time that, with the pandemic and everything, it makes sense to do something like that. Like there's no better time to do something like that than now. Because there's still a lot of people out there that are cautious and don't want to go out or leave their house, don't want to be around people physically. And that's just like really cool that people can do that. So that's like really exciting. So I'm curious to like, kind of pick their brains and talk about it a little bit more and have you guys get insight on all of that. So, yeah, I had a pretty interesting week. That was awesome.
Mr. Busy guy over here.
Yeah, Mr. Busy Guy. We do
meetings in VR because nobody needs to know where I'm really at.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna get into our primary subject here for next gen, and I think there was some stuff that Annie wanted to talk about, right?
What?
Guess not. Didn't she get the memo?
She didn't get the memo. We had some of the stuff that you wanted to talk about, like some of the games that you wanted to recommend, right?
Oh.
She forgot already. What's going on here?
Kids these days, I'm telling you, it's all the video games and all the hippity hoppities. I don't get it.
These damn kids and their hula hoops and their MTVs, get off my lawn!
I was about to say that.
Does MTV even exist anymore? I don't know. I don't have regular TV.
But it sucks now.
Yeah, it was way better when I was like, it was actually good when I was in middle school. When I got into high school, it started to go downhill.
Dude, you know that you freaking suck when your whole entire thing is MTV, music television. Then you become nothing but reality television. So you have to make a second channel to actually put your music on that. And that doesn't even play music anymore.
That was Fuse, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was MTV too.
Oh, they did MTV too. And then I think when I was in high school, they came out with Fuse, which was like another music channel.
Which probably knowing them, now it's all freaking reality.
Yeah, I know. They had like Real World and whatever. You're like, God.
There's like 12 Real World, Desert Edition. Who dies last?
I won. I'm dying. I don't have water. Quit whining.
Survivor edition. Here you go. Can you survive 30 days in the desert without any food or water? Who knows? Bye.
Bye. Yeah, we're aging ourselves really bad here.
I don't care.
I mean,
It's all right.
I used to listen to Shakira all the time over the summer on MTV.
There
Fair
you go. Sometimes classics never die.
That's right. All right, go ahead. What's your these are games that you wanted to, like, best games according to votes, right?
Yes. So I looked up some games to get in mind, especially since I'm on a gaming podcast.
What?
What is that?
AJ, are we doing a podcast right now?
Who are you people?
Now you scared AJ. AJ, it's fine. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathe. No, you can't run away. You're the manager.
Okay, I can't put my sentence.
He's really the manager. Sorry, go ahead. We're just being ridiculous.
Yeah, I get it. Anyway, so yeah, I looked up a few games to get in mind, and then it told me here are the best games that were voted on.
Cool.
And I just want to say this is not surprising that the first game is Minecraft.
No, it's not. But it's a very popular game, and sorry, go ahead. I'm not going to cut you off anymore. I'm done talking.
Okay. I mean,
Tell me why this is number one. I want to hear what you got to say.
I personally think I didn't research on why it was, because I thought, why not give my personal opinion?
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty much because it made a huge comeback, especially since we all know and love the parrot Minecraft meme. If I used to jam to that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think this is a good recommendation because squares, real life. You got the choices of playing online and offline. And I think this started becoming popular again around 2019 to current day, because my sister is probably still playing it right now.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, the new update that's coming out October something.
That's the single player update they were talking about.
I think it is the Cliffs and Caves update.
I'm gonna pull it up. Keep talking.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure both of you saw my Instagram story. I don't know why you'd look at that, but yeah, the Axolotl and the the amethyst that's in the ground. It's pretty cute scenery, especially with the Axolotl. I know a lot of people are excited for that because
I've heard about that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've seen a little gameplay on it because of some people have access already. It's a pretty good game. They just made it more difficult to go in caves now.
Oh.
Yeah. Thus being said, it's because they made a new creature or mob for this. Oh my goodness, for this update. And I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's like a cave monster. So if they see any kind of light, or if they hear you, you can throw a rock, I think, in order to distract it or something.
And then you just have to run away from it.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pulled up the update from their wiki. I think it's 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. This is the first release of Caves and Cliffs. It's a major update for Minecraft Java Edition and Bedrock Edition, themed around revamping caves, mountains, and cliffs. Who would have thunk it? It was announced during Minecraft Live 2020 on October 3rd of 2020, and will likely be released in summer or spring of 2021. So, this isn't out yet, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty cool. New cave biomes such as lush caves, dripstone caves, and deep dark, with some new cave generation types, also like mesh caves, as well as new cave and mountain generation. That's a lot of caves. New items and ores that relate to caves. There are also new mobs like the warden, the goat, and the axolotl. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it seems like they're really like expanding this game to be something more, which, for like exploration and things like that, if you want to play with friends. Whereas like, I mean, we always knew Minecraft as being like having some of that, but mostly being more of like a creationistic type of game where, it's like using your imagination to create something really cool.
With a lot of people out there, I've seen like, I'm not into Minecraft myself. I know that a couple of my friends, Matt included, tried getting me into it. I can see the draw after playing it. It's still not for me, but I can definitely see why people would play.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. And you can do a lot of like really cool mods and stuff with that game too, right?
Yes, you can. One of the main mod packs is Crazy Craft. Everybody was on a rampage about it like a few years back, and including me. I like played it the other day and I was like, wow, this is really cool. But you got like a bunch of mod packs mashed together. You got like morphing, you got bees, like huge bees, wasps, whatever you want to call them. You got different types.
They prefer wasps. They don't like to be called bees. They don't like being lumped in with the rest of them. They're very particular, Just kidding.
Yeah, but you get like different kinds of armor and like different kinds of realms depending on like ants you click, which I don't know why ants, but ants.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you got dragons. You got.
Whoa! I'm sorry. You said bees, and you got me back with dragons. You can have dragons in this game?
Yes, but it's a mod.
AJ's all in.
I'm down. I am totally down. Sign me up. Take my blood.
Ka-chink! The hook is in.
Why didn't we lead with this?
Yeah. All you had to say was Minecraft, and you'd been like, dragons. What?
Yeah, but there's a bunch of like, okay, there's an ant realm where it's a dragon thing, and you got like different kind of dinosaurs, different kind of dragons. You got big ones, little ones, wide ones. I don't want to be rude.
No, that's really cool. So, yeah, again, like I haven't messed around with it very much. My son likes to play Minecraft every once in a while, like, just kind of play around and create stuff. Can you use mods in like any of the editions? Because I think the Bedrock edition is like the console version or like PC, but then they also have the other one. Damn it, what was that called? The Java edition is basically like, if you wanted to just run it as like a window or on mobile, right?
Java is mainly a PC thing, and I'm pretty sure it's also on mobile, but I'm not really sure anymore because I don't really play it on mobile anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, on the consoles, you can't. I don't know how to explain it because the way they updated Minecraft to where you can have mods, but you have to purchase them. When on PC, if you do it, you can get it for free. You just got to find the right ones and not get a virus.
Yeah.
But we don't. I've never messed around with mods. Like I'm always straight vanilla. But once I like started getting into PC, I was like trying to look at shaders and all of this because I used to watch a lot of YouTubers on playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh my God, this makes the game so much better.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. And then I know they have like the RTX version of Minecraft, which is like mind blowing. I'm like, I need to try that. It looks really cool. Like seeing like using ray tracing within Minecraft. It makes the game look totally different. Have you tried any of that or no?
No, I have not.
Okay. You said you mostly play that on PC?
I normally play it on console. I sometimes play it on PC.
Okay. Nice. That's awesome. Let's see. What do you got for me next?
Next I have Smash.
Ooh.
Good choice.
Smash, yeah.
That's
Smash
very
is the
good.
second up runner. And everybody is pretty excited about the characters that they're coming out with. And the most recent was Pyra, and I don't know how to pronounce her names. Oh my goodness! Like I've never.
Mithra, isn't it?
Mithra. Yep.
Yeah.
Mithra and Pyra. They're from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've never played that game, but like,
Same.
why not?
I haven't either. I've heard good things about it. It's supposed to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Same. I've heard really good things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not very sure on their music tracks, but their map does look very great. It's it's in like the sky, obviously, because there's clouds and whatever. But it's not a big map like the other one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for them. And then we have Sephiroth.
Yes. He is definitely have you played as him?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. As soon as he came out, I told my mom to get him.
Yeah. How many tries did it take you to get him?
It took me like 2.
I despise you. Me and your mom had this conversation. I was like, yeah, it took me like 30 tries between me and my friend Aplle, which you know from your streams.
That's true. Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. Me and her, like, we bonded quite a bit and played Smash together, and me and her unlocked Sephiroth together. She was like, I need to go home. And I was like, one more try. We got to get this. It took us like an hour to get it. And finally, like the last one, I was like, this is going to be it. And I finally unlocked him because he's very cheap. But I love him for that now that I can play as him. And then Leslie told me, she was like, yeah, Anne did it in like 3 tries, and I was like, I started going to like seizure mode, like my eyes started twitching. I was like, this is ridiculous. What? How? Why is this happening to me?
Your muscle reflexes just aren't as good as the youngins anymore, my man.
Yeah, man, that just means I'm getting old. I need
Carpal tunnel's a thing.
Yeah, I need to pick up a different hobby, apparently. That's crazy, though. No, congrats to you. That's freaking awesome. And yeah, I love Sephiroth. He is definitely like one of the coolest characters. And I feel like he has one of like the widest range of abilities.
Yeah.
Over a lot of the other characters.
Would you say that he's busted in an OP, or do you think he's actually pretty well rounded compared to?
If you use him correctly, he is very broken.
I was kind of thinking that. Okay, I haven't played Smash in a long time. I do want to get back into it, and I'm probably going to be absolute dog duty. Try to back down on the cursing, but I do want to play one day, and I think we should all probably just like hit it up, and then have Annie just wipe the floor with us with Sephiroth. I think it'd be fun, hilarious.
Pretty much. I'd like to have a Sephiroth versus Sephiroth battle with her.
Ooh, nice. Well, I mean, she got him in 2, you got him in 30. I think she's gonna win. My money's on her. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I lost the battle against Leslie with my villain, so I'll probably lose this too.
To be fair, though, that was more mental. This is more physical. So
True.
Now you have her beat you mental, and she's going to beat you physical. So.
But if she could get Sephiroth within 2 tries, and it took me like 30 something tries,
I'm just going to say you have one.
What are my odds here, really?
Not a goose egg, but a little bit more. So 0.2.
Never tell me the odds. Yeah, no, he's a cool character. Let's see. I think those are the only characters they released. That was during the Nintendo Direct, right? Was with the Mithra and Pyra thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, some people were pissed about that too because they were they're both sword fighters. So they're like, oh my god, another sword fighter. And it's like, well, I
think other people were pissed too because it wasn't too long ago. Like they already have a bunch of Xenoblade Chronicles characters in there already.
Yeah, there's the blonde kid who I just realized is Scottish. Yes, right? He's Scottish. He's got like some kind of
what's his name again?
Shulk.
Yes, Shulk. Yeah. Well, actually, no, he's been in there a long time. I think even since like on the N64.
Yeah.
No, not since the N64. He came in on the Wii.
Was it Wii?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Sorry.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people were mad was because we already had Shulk, and I think a lot of people wanted to see some other characters. Which, like, what new characters would you guys want to see on Smash?
Good question.
Crash.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good question. I'd probably want more of the Oh my goodness, now I can't think. You know what? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I would say whenever you think about it, no matter where we are in the rest of the podcast, just scream it out loud. Just like if I'm talking or if he's talking, just yell as loud as you can. And be like, I think that'll be funny.
Yes, I agree. Totally. All right, cool. What else you got for me?
Well, there's not to bring back up Minecraft, but they added Steve.
Oh, wait, he wasn't he from one of the it was like the story sort of thing, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was because when they introduced him, it was like Mario, and then nobody could know. But once Mario broke the blocks, it revealed Steve. So.
Oh. Wait, so they actually like incorporated Mario into that whole story and everything?
Yeah, I think so because I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched the full thing on it.
Okay.
But I know. Yeah, and there's like a bunch of memes, and like there was one where somebody animated it, like Mario getting stuck in there, and there's a bunch of creepers, and he's like, "Let me out!"
That's awesome. That's clever. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, that was one thing I think I like sort of brought up, but it didn't like touch on it a lot. Was I think they're. Wait, what did I just do? I totally hold on a
had
second.
it and you lost it.
Yeah, no, I closed out my freaking document here. I hit something and then it just like it broke. Everything broke. No, it was
back at it. No.
Yeah, my haunted computer is back at it. I've mentioned this on other podcasts, but which I actually have not had it do in a while. But I would like go to touch the armchair of my my gaming chair. It would shock me, and then my computer would shut off.
Maybe you're just like an X-Man dude and you need like, Professor X to kind of help you get your computer crashing abilities under check or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So if you see like a bald guy in a wheelchair, just go up to him and ask him for help.
That's awesome.
What movie is that from? But they get this guy, I forget what it is. But they get this poor bastard. They tell him to go up to this bald guy in a wheelchair. He calls him Professor Xavier. He's like, yes, I want you to teach me. He's like, oh yes, why don't you just come back to me to the college for the gifted or whatever else? He's like, oh my god, you idiot. He's like, no, get the hell away from me.
Oh my god. That's amazing. I swear I saw something the other day that was it was like a new single player campaign for Minecraft.
Are you talking about Minecraft Dungeons, dude?
Maybe it is.
That came out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
No, it was a new article that I just saw and I can't find it. Damn it. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what else we got here.
And he has how many more games do you have on your list of cool games that the kids are playing these days?
I have one.
You got one more. What do you got?
I have Call of Duty Zombies.
She sounds so thrilled.
She's very thrilled about it.
Here's the thing. I love this game to death, but once you have something creepy and disgusting running at you and you just have to shoot it, let me tell you, it's scary, okay?
It is. I would agree with that.
I would actually have to second that motion. Yes, I would say something creepy coming after you is pretty creepy. So you have to, I mean, if you have a gun, something creepy, it has to die.
You shoot it. I mean, you saw in my streams, I had to shoot those zombies because they wouldn't stop coming at me. I said, stop, don't come any closer. And then I shot them.
Actually, that is very true. I did hear you give the. I mean, you were a gentleman and a scholar, my friend, because I don't think I would have been as nice. I just probably would have screamed and shot. And then, knowing my luck, it was probably the postman, and I'm going to go to jail for murder. But that's just not. Yeah,
I'm thinking real quick. I think I might do a stream of that tomorrow at some point. Maybe is there like a big audience during the day, or like do most people stream at night?
Well, it is spring break, so I'm pretty sure most kids and most adults are going to start coming on. So
good. All right, cool.
Time for you, sir.
Yeah, it looks like I might have to do that tomorrow during the day or Sunday. We'll see. I'll put out an update for you guys when I do decide to do the stream. Do you play like the regular Call of Duty Black Ops?
I used to, and then like it's been so long, now I suck.
Yeah.
But I still try. And then mainly with zombies, I tried it once or twice. And I couldn't.
Yeah, I've never been good at Call of Duty, so I give you props for that at least.
Yeah. But the thing is that got me into the Call of Duty Zombies was my dad. My dad used to play it all the time with his friends, and like you've had like some stuff you have to unlock, and like you have like the carnival lighting up. I think it's called Zombies in Spaceland.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And like you'd have like the merry-go-rounds light up, you'd have signs, and then I think it was like starting to become an invasion, and they just kept coming. It was like guests there, but it was also clowns and a bunch of other things that are horrific. But yeah, I just found it really interesting because it's something different. So, but yeah, I just like the colors and the characters. The characters are great. They have funny lines. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's this blonde girl with like this 80s look with the sweatband and the oh my god, I keep blinking. I'm so sorry.
Farrah Fawcett hair.
Do you even know who Farrah Fawcett is? Did you just age yourself again, my dude?
My bad. I'm sorry. I had to.
Who the hell is Farrah Fawcett?
They make references in Stranger Things. I'm sure kids pick up on this stuff.
Yeah, but they're probably just saying it. Ghostbusters, what the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly. So you said she's like real 80s looking. She's got the sweatband.
The sweatband. She has like this curly like pigtails, and she's like wearing this pink workout suit with like a blue tank top under or something. I personally hated her the most because she is definitely a very, very, very white person.
Hashtag hate on white people. Just kidding.
Yeah, and I think there was a little boy.
That's right. Hide your face.
Yeah, but I think there was also a little white boy. He was pretty funny. He was like a sissy. So, and then I know there's this black guy, but I don't remember what he wears, but I think he has a shotgun, and I
like him already.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. I think I don't remember if they have like certain tactics, like you have to be like a builder or stuff, and that's another thing. You had to like build shelters, I think.
Well, I think you can like board up the windows and all that stuff.
Yeah, that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And like if you needed to break them, I think he was the main guy or something. But if not,
Oh, nice.
still, yeah. And then there's ammo around the map, which was, oh my god, for me it was so hard to find because I'm blind. So
blindness is a real thing. So yeah.
I mean, I wear glasses.
No idea what you're talking about.
Glasses.
Oh, gotcha. I actually hear that all people who wear glasses have a 100% success rate at seeing better. It's true story.
Oh, wow. So
it's real statistics.
I should probably wear these more often. Have you ever played like Left 4 Dead or anything?
No, I've heard it's pretty good though.
Yeah, it's usually you can play up to 4-player co-op, and you have to like, it's got a cool story or whatever. You have to make it through the different levels, and there's like objectives where, like, say there's a getaway car, you have to like get the gas cans and fill them up and then bring them there, and you get like every once in a while there's hordes of zombies that start pouring in, and you have to try to fight them off. And there's like special sort of zombies that you'll fight against that have special abilities, and if they like certain ones, they'll attack you. Like you have to have one of your teammates kind of free you from their attack or whatever. That's a great zombie game if you like zombies. Also,
she doesn't like creepy things coming after her. That's why she doesn't play anymore.
No,
Don't you listen?
Not really, no. Just kidding. Also Dying Light is like a great freaking game. If you like zombie games, it's good, but it also has like really awesome it's all first person, and it has really awesome parkour. So like you can like climb buildings, and like, like it has some really cool stuff like that. Like vaulting over objects and sliding into the zombies. You can drop kick zombies. That is like my favorite, like just running full force and then just jumping in midair and kicking them with both feet, like off of the top of a building is like the best. Me and my brother used to play co-op on that game. I still can't wait for Dying Light 2, which was like, I still don't think there's a release date for it. It was like indefinitely suspended amongst like COVID and all that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of it, the people who worked on Dying Light is just like some of the same guys who worked on Dead Island back in like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah. So it's very much like Dead Island, but it's definitely better because like the maneuvering and like the cool like attacks and things you can do mixed with the parkour against the zombies is so awesome. And you can craft your own like melee weapons, like with fire, poison, or electricity. Like the electric baseball bat is like my favorite. Thing's freaking awesome. So and I think you can do like a lot of cool mods and stuff in there. So that's fun. Cool. All right. Well, let's see. So I think those are the 3 games you wanted to talk about, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So we're going to move into the news section. We made it. So I don't know if I'm going to touch on all of these because we're probably going to run out of time, but I did want to touch on a couple at least.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Let's do it. I believe in us. Let's see. The first one we got Xbox as of today has added 20 Bethesda games to Game Pass. This is pretty freaking awesome. It looks like, I think it was yesterday, Phil Spencer from Xbox or Microsoft, Xbox and Microsoft, they're one company. Let's be real. Says Bethesda acquisition about delivering great exclusive games on platforms where Game Pass exists. With Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda finalized at last, 20 Bethesda games are dropping on Game Pass starting tomorrow. which is today, including some of the publisher's most popular franchises. During a roundtable about the acquisition today, Xbox announced the 20 games coming to Game Pass, which include the following. We have Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom Eternal, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, blah, Prey, Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls Online, The Evil Within. We have Wolfenstein: The New Order, The Old Blood, and Young Blood. The only one that I don't know why they didn't add Wolfenstein, the second one after New Order, which I think it was like the it was like the Colossus or something like that.
New Colossus, yeah.
New Colossus. Yeah. I don't know why they don't have that one on there.
I'm more excited about Elder Scrolls 5, dude, playing Skyrim. I've yet to be able to beat that, so they can take their time and put, Wolfenstein, the Colossus on there.
I still never played The Evil Within. I heard that was pretty cool for like if you like the Resident Evil games and stuff.
I have such gamer ADD that I bought that on my PlayStation 4. I played it for 10 minutes, and then next week I bought another game, and I haven't played it in about a year and a half. That's not good.
I have bad ADD with games too, especially like I got like halfway through Resident Evil 2 remake, and I still haven't finished it because of Mr. X, who follows you everywhere. I literally got stuck on one of my saves where I was it was like on one of the lower levels in the police station. And I went back down this hallway because I heard him coming, went into this room. And then every time I go to leave the room, he comes like busting out of a wall or like comes down the hallway chasing after me. And I'm like, nope, I'm good. And my brother keeps giving me shit because I won't finish the game. And he's like, trust me, it gets easier. Like there's eventually a point where he doesn't follow you anymore. And I was like, yeah, but every time I go to leave the room, he comes to follow me and tries to kill me. So sorry. Yeah. So, I'd like to try that, but I'm like, I don't know. There's certain scary games I just can't do sometimes. Let's see. And it says, after this says, of these, all but Morrowind, Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls Online, and Fallout New Vegas will be available through Cloud Play for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members. So all of them, except for those ones I just mentioned, you can play through the Cloud Play. So I'm guessing it's like they're streaming, right? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. You're all, yes, no. Am I the only one? Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what they mean. Because Nintendo Switch did that. Did the same thing with Control and another game where it's cloud based. So it's similar to streaming. So you're able to kind of get into their
like their cloud servers or whatever.
Yeah, sure. That was the word. I was thinking other things that were
playing
not the right word.
Like shadow PC in a sense or whatever.
Similar. Yeah. So you kind of want to make sure that you have at least halfway decent internet. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a lag as all hell.
Yeah. Well, So this is pretty cool. I think it's just awesome to see like a bunch of really great games dropping, kind of like all on the Game Pass at once. I'm
excited. Bethesda's going to be in for one hell of a ride, man. They got a lot of good things going on.
And I would assume they're probably doing this since the acquisition, since this isn't part of Sony, and all that kind of stuff. But if you're worried about this affecting your wallet, well, don't be, because it's fairly cheap to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass. And it's most certainly worth the money knowing that we have all these great games here to play.
Agreed.
Speaking of games dropping,
no, it's gaming dropping.
You like that segue? Sony announced 6 PlayStation VR games, including Doom 3 for VR. This is pretty exciting. And I'm, not really the platform. I mean, I would prefer to see Doom 3 on VR on like PC, because PlayStation VR is still not, the best place to play VR games. It's like looking through a screen door on a battleship.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Wait, is it screen door on a submarine?
I think it can go either way, because it's a screen door and you're below water. So screen door on a battleship. As long as you're on water and the screen door is below that and it can fill up with water, I think it works.
Exactly. Thank you for backing me up. I appreciate it.
I got you. Absolutely.
So these games include hunting, escape rooms, and even skiing with guns. So
Skiing.
skiing with guns, exactly. I mean, like you're not
Do you
using
use them as the poles where it's just like
That's
boom, boom.
I thought that's where you were going with that. I was like, yeah. No, you're skiing and then you have guns.
That's even better. So you're just like taking down other skiers. I'm getting gold. Boom, boom.
Angry skier rampage on PSVR today. So Sony has announced a new slate of PlayStation VR games for later this year. It includes a virtual reality adaptation of Doom 3, as well as titles from a few successful VR studios and a couple of relative newcomers to VR. So let's see. We got Sony announced a new generation of PSVR for its PlayStation 5 console last month, which I think they said it's not coming this year, and it's not coming next year, and possibly be coming 2023 is the new VR headset for PlayStation.
The Oculus 6 is going to be out, and it's going to be godly anyway, so they're going to be out.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I'm curious to see what they do with that, but you know, like that doesn't really make it much easier now with these games that they're releasing. But Sony unveiled the headset, offered many details, and said the device won't arrive in 2021. So maybe next year. I don't know. Today's games will be launching on PSVR and will promise a better experience down the line. God, I hope so. So Doom 3 VR, is the only title with a precise release date, will launch on March 29th. For PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and it's a retooled port of the original 2004 shooter with its 2 expansions designed for PSVR gun-like aim accessory. I think that would probably make it a little bit easier than using like the Move controllers that they have for the PSVR. Those controllers suck.
I just don't understand why they thought it was a great idea to use outdated tech that was okay in the PS3 to bring it to the PS4. It's like, no, it's all right. We're going to make this whole entire new thing and use old shit. What is wrong with you?
That's the biggest thing. Have you ever seen those Move controllers, Annie?
They're so dopey.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they're super. Well, like, have you seen like some of the VR controllers they have now?
Yeah.
So like a lot of them have joysticks. So now like you can use the joysticks to move around like you would with a regular controller, but these don't have that. And then you're like tracking the headset with one camera.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and
I know where
like,
you're going with it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like if you turn too far to the left, you turn too far to the right, you lose tracking and
stops.
It's janky. It's terrible. Exactly. Thank you for agreeing with me. I appreciate it.
We're not always against you. Come on, you got like a thing going on over here.
It's just everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like people are like, yeah, yours the best. You're like, no, it's not. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. Again, I would like to see this on PC VR. So I don't know if this is like an exclusive first sort of thing, but there is like the other 2017 VR Doom game, which was like, I think it was after the 2016 Doom game, which is like still one of the best hands down in recent history. Let's see. I think the game was originally promised as part of the Oculus Rift headset launch, but it was canceled amid a lawsuit from Doom rights holder ZeniMax. ZeniMax was acquired by Sony's rival Microsoft last year. More recently, a modding team unofficially ported Doom 3 to the Oculus Quest. We're going to have to check that out with SideQuest.
I was about to say, I will have to officially check that out.
Officially, yes. Exactly.
I need that in my life like yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That would be super awesome. And I think it would be really cool because it's not super fast movement. It's more like kind of like gloomy, like dark and slow paced, like brooding.
Dude, I'm there. As long as I have some heavy metal track, right behind me where I get to go ahead and kill some freaking, demons from hell. It's like, that's a Friday night for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love it. So the next one is Vertigo Games, creator of zombie VR shooter Arizona Sunshine. I love that game. It's so good.
Dude, oh my God. Yes. Sorry. Yes. No, that's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
And I think you do co-op on that. We'd probably have to get together and play that together.
Yes, I heard. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So the new one, they announced this back in, I think it was it was either last year or the year before. But this new one is called After the Fall. It's coming to PSVR. I think it's coming to Oculus and as well as Steam VR. After the Fall was announced, a couple of years ago, and it was expected to launch in 2020 on both PSVR, PC-based VR. Excuse me. It was delayed in part because of the coronavirus pandemic, rescheduled for early 2021, a window Sony is reiterating here. So hopefully this year. Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. AJ's got his fingers crossed.
I got them all crossed.
All of them.
Eyes crossed, everything.
Looks like PSVR is also supporting Expect You to Die 2. This is a sequel to the widely successful escape room title. Originally announced for Steam in January, the game promises the same richly interactive spy-themed puzzles as I Expect You to Die, which has proven to one of the most enduring popular VR games since its launch in 2016. That is a really fun VR game.
Is it really? Because I only heard the James Bond villain voice in the back of my head when I saw the trailer. It's like, I don't expect you to survive. I expect you to die. This is like,
dude,
okay.
It's exactly what you think. Like, you play as a secret agent and you get like stuck in these sort of puzzles, like where the villain basically sets you up and you have to make your way out of the puzzle so you don't die. Like, there's one where you're in a submarine and like you have to like act like mess with the pressure of the pipes and everything to like be able to get out before the pressure overfills and then the water crashes in and kills you.
I'd be dead.
Oh, dude, it took me again, we're talking about me here. That took me 30 tries to unlock Sephiroth. It took me probably way longer to do this. Annie could probably do it in like 2 minutes and be like, what's the problem?
Secret agent Annie here, and no, you guys suck. Move along with the professionals. Do your job here.
Exactly. She's like, move aside. Move. I think this will be really cool to see if you guys get the chance. Check out the first one at least for now. It looks like the other games don't have the same immediate name recognition, but they're intriguing, and they're really new additions to the PSVR catalog. This one looks really cool. This is the skiing with guns. I'm
so sold.
I know it. I watched the trailer before the show, and it looks really freaking cool. It's called Fract, and it's developed by N Dreams, the studio who made. There's a game called Phantom Covert Ops, and you play as like a Navy SEAL, and it's all like the entire game. You're in a kayak going through the level, and you have to you actually have to shoot lights to do like stealth maneuvers and stuff, like to make it through without being seen. So you can shoot lights and take people out stealthily. And the main villain is actually like this. It's a Russian guy that's played by David Hayter, who does the main voice for Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid.
That's dope.
Yeah, it looks super cool. So this is cool because it's actually like a cover-based shooter. So it's not just on skis though, like the entire time. Like you actually get to move behind other cover and like shoot guys, and it looks freaking awesome. I just wish this game also was not only on PSVR, because it seems like it is.
No, you gotta make me buy a PSVR just so I can ski and shoot people. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, I wish this would also be on like some other platform, and maybe it will. I don't know. Sony always like tries to keep this stuff close to their chest. But yeah, so that one looks awesome. We have in a slightly calmer vein, there's a Song in the Smoke by Gallic Z, developer can't talk.
It's an interesting name for developer.
My developer. My developer.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I just like now you can see like a guy in a resume is like, okay, so I see that you've actually worked with Square Enix, Nintendo, impressive. Oh, and my favorite. We're hired.
Yes. That's a perfect example. I would love to see that. So developer is 17-bit, not It's a VR survival game that focuses on crafting, hunting, and scavenging and exploring in a mysterious world. The trailer shows off some gorgeous landscapes, creature designs, as well as mechanics like archery. And it says it's launching at an unspecified point in 2021. So we can't time travel because we don't even have a specified point to go to.
Not yet.
Not yet. But if we go too far, if we go farther into the future, we will find that specified time.
Yes.
Yes. AJ, get your DeLorean. We're going on an adventure. Yeah, so this game actually looked really cool. It's like I think it looked very like cell shaded kind of type graphics, which I think is kind of unique to do in like a VR space.
Would you say it's really unique though? Because a lot of not to hijack what we're talking about, but a lot of VR games that I've seen, they actually do have a lot of cell shading now.
I mean, like, well, Alt Space. Did you think like Alt Space VR is like cell shaded though?
Not cell shaded, is more more cartoony, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, think more like Borderlands style cell shading.
Okay.
In a sense, but this had a little like more of like an art style to it. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, so it had a lot of unique stuff like the crafting and hunting, scavenging, and stuff like that. That was really interesting. What do we got here? Sony announced the 2021 release of Zenith. I think this is also coming out on other platforms, not just PlayStation VR. It's an anime-influenced, massively multiplayer role-playing game funded on Kickstarter last year. It's set in a high-tech fantasy world that's designed for players to climb and glide around, in addition to fighting with a VR-adapted version of the conventional RPG combat. So, yeah, I think there is a 2D version, and then now there's also the VR version where you can play this game.
I want that too.
It looks pretty deep. Yeah. Graphically, it looks really cool. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of really deep gameplay embedded in that. So yeah, I think a lot of these, kind of look promising. I'm just kind of devastated that a lot of these are only coming to PSVR and not Oculus or PC VR.
You said something.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Speaking of devastating news. Wait, what did I say? Was that what I said?
No, it was nothing that you said. I just started thinking of this random thing.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of the segue that was coming up.
Now Keith is like, oh man, I really thought hard on that one too.
Man, I thought I was really funny. No, just messing. So I'm not going to go like too in depth with this because the article that I pulled up was like super freaking long. It was like a novel. And so I was just like kind of disappointed in this company. Star Citizen, what is it? CIG, which is, I can't remember the acronym, what it stands for. Let's see. So Star Citizen is, it's this kind of like MMO open world space simulator game where you can run around in first person, third person. You can get into ships. A lot of people know this game because it's been in development since like 2013. AJ, do you remember the Wing Commander games?
Yeah, actually I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Roberts, who made those, and also had Mark Hamill, who played as Luke Skywalker in the game in Wing Commander. So, and he's actually, Mark Hamill's going to be in the single player campaign which is called Squadron 42. You'll have to check. There's a big cast. There's also like Gary Oldman. There's Mark Strong. There's like a huge, even Gillian Anderson actually is part of the cast.
Speaking of X-Files that I keep on constantly talking about.
Yes.
My lady.
Yeah. So anyway, CIG is the company that is making Star Citizen. It's been like the highest like kickstarted game known to man. Like they've made millions of dollars kickstarting this game. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Because I have invested a little bit into it. The spaceships are like hundreds of dollars if you buy them in IRL.
What?
Yeah, like if you buy like the base package, it's like basically like $60 for the game and you get like a starter ship. But if you wanted to buy some of the other ships, some of them can be like hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy the actual spaceship for the in game.
Squeeze.
Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Pete,
Yeah. I have not spent that much money on ships. I'm telling you that.
Because you're intelligent. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like we're talking US, not like,
People
yen.
drop that much money on these ships. And but I think in the last year you've actually been able to you can actually earn money in game and buy them with in-game money and stuff. But that was like their pledge basically, and they just kept going with it. And that's how they were making a lot of money. And then people donating money to their Kickstarter and shit. Anyway, the Star Citizen developers seem to be pretty fed up with the company CIG. And I'm sure Annie, because you live in Texas and you've been through a lot of the snowstorms and stuff there lately. And these guys have been they've been expected to work throughout the devastating Texas snowstorm. Like a lot of you lost power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure, that sucks. And even though a lot of these developer companies, their employees are working from home, it's still if you don't have power and you don't have heat and you have a family to take care of, how the hell are you supposed to still work?
Use a potato?
Exactly. You take a fork, you stick in a potato, and then you lick the fork, and then it conducts electricity, and then you hook it up to your computer somehow.
Don't get me started on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Cat's never going to be the same.
Oh, damn cat. Never saw it coming. So yeah, this was last month. The entirety of Texas ground to a halt after a colossal winter storm pushed through the state's cordoned off power grid to the brink. Power and heat outages, as well as a resulting food and water shortages, led many businesses to temporarily shut down. This included a large number of Texan video game studios. Of that did not, however, one stands out: Cloud Imperium Games. That's what it was. Whose employees' confidence in the company remains shaken after they spent the week trying to juggle work and survival. So they weren't giving them any support. They basically expected them to work, even though they had no power. They couldn't communicate. The managers couldn't even communicate with them. This is apparently their biggest studio they have some all around the world, but the one in Austin is their biggest, I believe. But they were just oh, since you're going to miss this work, you're going to have to make that up by using your PTO. No, it's no.
Because of a national tragedy, you want me to take my personal time?
Yeah.
No.
So they're having to use all their vacation time to pay for the time that they weren't able to work because of a natural disaster. And it's just funny because reading the rest of the article, it was just basically saying that there was other studios in the area, I think in Texas, and also Los Angeles and some other places that had some other natural disasters. And they were giving them support. They were paying for their hotel for them to stay somewhere. They were paying for food and paying their electric bill and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
During during the pandemic and stuff, people were obviously having some of those issues, and they were helping pay for that stuff too. And it's eventually it seemed like they started to kind of kick in a little bit, and they're well, we're looking to support our people, but it's sorry, day late and dollar short, you're still an a-hole.
Yeah, kind of let your cards on the table there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so it's just it's just disappointing to kind of see that or whatever. So anyway, what do you say we get back to some good news?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, speaking of being back, Final Fantasy's creator is back with a classic RPG made of. Hey, I'm trying to do a podcast here. Quit barking your head off. These dang dogs. With a classic RPG made of incredible handcrafted dioramas. This game actually looks really interesting. I'm not into like mobile games and stuff very often, but this game has like a really cool touch to it. So the creator, this is a Final Fantasy creator, Hironobu Sakaguchi. I hope I didn't butcher that.
You probably did.
I think I don't know if he worked on Final Fantasy VII, but I know they have. Let me see. I think it was the music. I think was done by Nobu Yamatsu, which did the music for the original Final Fantasy VII and the remake. But he talked about his upcoming Apple Arcade game called Fantasian, and it has everything you'd expect from a Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Yeah. Suck it to me, baby.
That's right. Sakaguchi Experience, the creator of the Final Fantasy series, is once again making a role-playing game that takes place in a lush fantasy world. Features turn-based combat, centers on a globe-spanning quest, and there's even a new soundtrack. Yep, from famed composer who collaborated with Nobu Yamatsu. But what makes this like game really unique is just looking at some of the screenshots for this game. Is the game has a distinct vibe with it has like they built these tiny handcrafted dioramas that they use as the backgrounds.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a really good aesthetic. I like that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's super interesting looking. And it said, let me see, and their quote said, "We really wanted to capture that touch and feel and unique charm that they found in these dioramas." Fantasian is developed by Mistwalker, a studio Sakaguchi founded in 2004 and is currently listed as coming soon to Apple Arcade. He says the concept began around 3 years ago when he and some collaborators replayed Final Fantasy IV for the first time in years. Then they said, playing that game reminded me of how much I really adore that classic RPG genre and renewed my interest in it. Sakaguchi explains, it made me want to go back to my roots. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. To kind of like go back to what made like the original Final Fantasy games great, but have this really cool, like unique kind of aesthetic to it. Yeah. So yeah, check that out, guys. In light of Final Fantasy, there was a wannabe Final Fantasy character who bought an exoskeleton to allow him to wield a giant buster sword. I had to throw this in there because I kind of stumbled across this going down the rabbit hole. So it says here, say what you will about YouTubers, but they sure know how to spend their money. We previously seen the internet's video stars invest their earnings in a rehomed BattleBot, a hovercraft bar, a way too big balloon, and a grenade complete with the ATM it was thrown into. So now we have Alan Pan of YouTube channel Sufficiently Advanced, a guy who's decided that the best use of his pandemic stimulus check is to buy a robotic exoskeleton so he can wield a giant anime style sword. So Anna, you should did you pull up this link here?
What? Hold on.
No, you're fine. So he's got like a robotic like suit thing that he puts on his body to allow him to hold this enormous metal sword.
I'm reading ahead on this, and what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Oh my god,
it's wild. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. If I had the money to do it too, I would absolutely be that a-hole to do that.
Yeah.
I am Iron Man. Look at me. Ah!
Yeah, it's amazing. So it says he modified the suit. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on a second. In a video documenting this decision, Pan gets a welder to create a 50-pound sword modeled after the one used by Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. Because the distribution of the weight makes it impossible for most non-cartoon people to actually use the thing with any kind of actual martial grace. Pan decides he needs a little help, so he buys a used $900 camera stabilizing exoskeleton. the idea inspired by the power suits worn by the characters in Edge of Tomorrow, in order to manage his huge sword. That was what I was thinking of the other day when I was playing Half-Life Alyx. I was streaming. I was making that reference. Anyway, sorry. Pan modifies the suit to better absorb the extra weight, straps a bungee cable to the center of the sword, and then at long last is able to hoist the absurd weapon well enough that he can use it to beat the hell out of a television. And he said, "I have the power of God and anime on my side." Pan yelled, "Triumph."
Kawaii.
What's that from?
It's like this huge meme from back in the day, I think around 2016. And there was this kid with one of those pointer sticks that you got from the book fair. And he's like, "Don't fuck with me. I have the power of God and anime on my side." And he just starts screaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's great. So this is wild, man.
That's awesome.
Every once in a while, I like to throw in like a wrench into the news where it's just like a WTF moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are these people really doing? What are they thinking?
Well, obviously, he's buying a giant exoskeleton so he can wield an enormous Buster Sword. Did you not just read what you read?
I mean, yeah, it's just like
That's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a little extra.
I
Yeah,
can do so much more with $900. Like pay
Exactly.
bills. I'm old.
I know. Or buy stuff to kind of stream better, and you can make more money by streaming.
That's
Oh.
actually even better idea. I was like, who needs to pay down my credit cards? I can buy a freaking PC.
Right, exactly.
Sorry,
Yeah.
American Express. I have money to spend.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I guess it long and short, he basically used this giant sword to crush watermelons, coconuts, and an entire table with the blade. Is all of this ridiculous? Sure,
Yes.
but I think we think it's far better for Pan to use his money to investigate ways for all of us becoming brooding environmental terrorists, ready to retake the planet from evil corporations than whatever some other YouTubers get up to. So, yeah. Let's see here. I think that's the last bit of the news there. So,
What a way to end it. Nice.
yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I thought it was a good way to end. So moving on to our pixel to pixel questions and stories and our mentions. So basically just covering over this again, our company is the New Game Plus network, and we're reaching out to streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, prop game merch creators, artists, you name it, anybody in the gaming space. We're looking to help kind of get you guys recognized. Exactly. Connect them with others that can help them get started, or interview people who are experienced in the industry that can help those who are interested and maybe get insight on how to get started with their channel or their business. I mean, we know how difficult this can be, to get started, and you don't know what direction to take it. You think that, people don't think you're any good, so you don't have the confidence to do it. It's a very daunting task. So get out of here, Nat.
There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to try and create a home for you guys to kind of come and hang out on the Discord or message us. And, it's a judgment-free zone. So you can hang out, meet up with people, network with people, collaborate with people, whatever you want to do, or just post butt memes on our Discord. We're cool with that too.
I still don't understand that. Chad's got problems.
That was Chris who did that.
I'm not as surprised, actually.
Yeah.
I still go into that because this is more of like a why moment, and you just see a bunny slapping another bunny's butt and it's jiggling. It's like, this is disturbing.
Yeah.
No.
Right, exactly.
No.
So anyway, yep. We have that on our Discord. So yeah, message one of us. We can get you invited to the Discord if that's something that you guys are interested in. You can come onto the show and talk about what you do, why you do it, and what keeps you going. If you want to ask questions or shout out here, and on social media, we can get we can do that for you. We can get answers for you that you're looking for. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put the links down below. And now I'm gonna go through some mentions for people that we are working with in New Game Plus Network. We have Just Your Average Channel, and Fanboy and the Snob. And that channel is run by Chad, Chris, and Chris B. They run a podcast that covers games, comics, movies, TV, all the relevant and non-relevant topics that they talk about on their podcast. And we recently did one. It was me and Leslie who went head to head on the nerd debate for I picked Frau Engel from Wolfenstein, and she picked Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. She whooped my ass terribly. I thought I had that under control, and she told me she wasn't prepared. She was definitely prepared. That was not fair, but I was also prepared too. So I guess I can't.
Were you?
No, I was not. I had things in front of me that told me what to do, and it didn't even I didn't even follow it entirely. And then you were on just recently with Matt on the nerd debate, or was it the nerd debate?
It was a great nerd debate, and actually, I cannot wait for that one to get published, because it was a neck and neck draw. It was a neck and neck draw the whole entire time between Matt and I until one of the last questions, and you have to watch it. It's actually really good.
I'm excited. Yeah, Leslie told me that it was pretty awesome, that you guys crushed it. So yeah, go check out check out Just Your Average Channel and the other channel, Fanboy and the Snob, which I did one also of the Fanboy and the Snob going over Johnny Mnemonic, which was fun. You can find them over on Instagram at JYA Channel, and you can find the link in the bio. There's a link tree in there to get to all of their content. They have their podcast on audio for Spotify, Apple, Google, Overcast, and then they also have their video content, I think, on Twitch and YouTube, from what I understand.
I believe so.
Yeah. There is Devoted Saint Retro, Matt, Philandro. We have he creates game art with woodworking and CNC. He has made game controller stands with LEDs. There's actually one behind Annie back there.
Forever.
Come on, Annie, get on it. Yeah, stuff like that is pretty cool. You can check out his shop. There's also like game cart stands where you can put like your old cartridges for games. Chad was showing me on his I think it was on the last episode of my podcast. He showed me the one where he has his old classic Game Boy on a stand. He also makes like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo logo signs out of wood that are really cool. And I believe Matt's actually going to be starting streaming next Thursday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, Rogue Heroes. You can find him on Instagram at Devoted Saint Retro. He's also got his shop link there in the bio, or you can go right to the website, which is devotedsaintretro.com, and his Twitch channel is twitch.tv/devotedsaintretro. Next up, we have Leslie Morales. Do you know this lady? Who is this lady?
She seems very familiar.
Yeah, it's very familiar. I don't know. Do you think we should boot her from the group? I don't know. She's just kidding.
I mean, she does make illegal art.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Criminal on the run.
Band on the run. No. It's a good song. Sector 7 Item Shop is her business. She creates gaming related merch and art. You can find her shop over in the Sector 7 slums around the corner. You hang a left, just a dash up the stairs. If you want something, go in. If you don't, you know what to do.
You have to know the secret password.
I was going to say take your ass somewhere else, but she's got some really excellent stuff. I've showed it on some of the other episodes. She's got the Cyberpunk tray that I bought from her.
I think so dope.
Yeah, the thing is so freaking cool. Thank you, Leslie, if you're watching. And if you're not, well, thank you anyway for being part of our group and being excellent. You can find her on Instagram at Sector 7 Item Shop, and she's also got a link tree there. Next one up is Josiah D'Andrea Vile Shrew. He is also a Twitch streamer and YouTube content creator. He's been on the show before, and he may be on likely to show up from time to time. You can find him over on twitch.tv/vileshrew and youtube.com/vileshrew. I have your name in here, AJ, but I guess we might as well just go over it while we got you on here, right? AJ, Mine as well, I guess. Why don't you explain kind of what you do? And I mean, you can go through your links and stuff.
Sure. So the first thing of what I do is I have an online shop. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it was supposed to be a mobile shop. So we were doing events like that. I sell gaming items, old school video games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I also have these items that I'm doing a YouTube series on called Tiny Arcades. They're like literally the size of credit cards. You can play Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Tetris. A lot of awesome titles on that. I thought it was interesting to do a mini behind the scenes like history on these tiny arcades, so that kind of got me started on doing YouTube videos. Transition to my YouTube channel, I do YouTube videos on tiny arcades, and I also do let's plays as well, all for gamers. I also have my Instagrams, all for gamers as well. I do post as much as I can interesting news throughout the day. This all stemmed from allforgamers.com, where I post news up there as well. I didn't get a chance to do it this week, and I suck at life, but these things happen when you're busy.
That's right.
But yeah, so you can find all my old content on there. We have old reviews and everything, podcasts as well. Obviously not nearly as good as this, but this is what we did before. But yeah, so I also have Twitch as well. I started streaming on there, building a community there as well, an army of parsnips and gamers. And if you see this stream, you would get the joke. So that's twitch.com, twitch.tv/A4GZ. I think I have I'm basically like I got a lot of different hats that I'm wearing right now, and I'm trying to see what sticks. So far, I'm just crushing it all. But
hell yeah, man. Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, go check his stuff out. Have you seen those tiny arcades, Annie?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I need to get some myself.
Not gonna lie. This is my favorite one. Ninja Turtles. It is. This is the original 1989 arcade one. I'm just saying, I don't have a bias, but I have a bias.
I'm not biased, but I'm a little biased.
Not at all. Also, plug. I also do little mini mystery boxes just in case. If you want a mystery tiny arcade, you don't want to know what it is, I will put one in here for you with 2 pieces of thank you candy in there. And that's enough of me plugging my stuff.
Yeah, so it's cool. Yeah, so super cool stuff like that. Go check it out. Next up, we have Andre Wenger. He is Fingers421. He's a Twitch streamer. You can find him on Instagram at Fingers421 and also on twitch.tv/Fingers421. He plays a lot of Valorant and I think CSGO. Right?
I think so. I know he does a lot of FPSs. He was talking to Vile Shrew actually about playing CS:GO.
That's right.
A little while ago. He plays that. He also says he plays Hearthstone. Or is it Hearthstone or is it Hearthstone? Because I was getting some flack for it.
I think it's Hearthstone.
It is Hearthstone. All right, I'm just a spaz and like.
No, you're good. Yeah, I think he mostly plays Valorant, but he does play some other games from time to time that he streams. Yeah. But he is a funny guy. I gotta say, I love
that guy.
Yeah, he's just got a great personality. Just watching his streams, he's freaking hilarious. Even if you don't like Valorant or anything like that, you might like that, Leslie. Wow, my goodness.
And we're done.
And we're done.
Called Leslie so many times.
I'm so sorry. Annie, I think you'd probably like that because it's kind of like a combination of like Counter-Strike and Overwatch. Valorant. It's got like similar characters like Overwatch. I think you'd probably dig that game. Yeah, go check it out. And then And then the last one we got here is Kyle Berger. I mentioned I was playing his game Pixelot earlier. He's a developer of Pixelot that's going to be on Android, iOS, and Steam. You can get the demo for now. But if you guys are interested, go check out the iOS. Message him on Instagram at Iceburger3 and tell him that I sent you there. I'm sure he'll probably give you a key for the iOS to test it out. It's the full game too. So it's not even like it's just like another demo or whatever. And like that's not unpolished or whatever. It's very polished. There was like maybe like one or two bugs I saw in there, but nothing game breaking by any means at all. It was like really, really well put together. And I would love to get him on the show to talk about his game. So one of these days I'm going to make it happen.
There you go.
Yeah. I got dreams. I got things. But yeah, you can also find his game. You can go to pixelotgame.wordpress.com. That's his website. Or you can go to the game shops on Steam, Android, and iOS to find the game itself. Anybody that I'm missing that we need to mention?
Me. You're missing me.
Oh, that's right. Wait, who? Is there somebody else?
Ouch.
Annie, where can people find you at?
I actually have a YouTube channel where I do song covers sometimes, and then
What?
I'm also on Instagram.
Awesome.
I also have an art Instagram. So
Cool. What's your Instagram handle?
my Instagram handle is angels_memes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my YouTube is sip with a space between the S and I.
Sip space I. That's right.
Sip S space IP.
S space IP. Okay. Sorry. Brain's not working so well. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Annie, for coming on. We're going to definitely have to do this again because this was awesome. And I hope that you had fun too.
I really did. And I got nervous and now I'm just spazzing.
Don't need to be nervous. It's tough, like kind of, I get nervous all the time on the podcast when I first get in, but then I'm like a third of the way through it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the vibes. I'm feeling just going with the flow of everything. You just got to get in the right headspace.
It'd be weird if you weren't really nervous about much of anything. Then you'd be too cocky and we wouldn't like you. And it would just be
suspect that
terrible.
You're a robot.
That's really bad. It's just like constantly staring like, yes, hi, this is Annie. Yes, I am Annie.
No, it was awesome. You did really good.
Agreed.
We had a great time. And so all right. The last segment here is our retribution corrections. We're counting on you guys to help us build this podcast into something really great and worth your listen. So if we happen to get anything wrong or mischaracterize things from time to time, which we definitely do.
Never.
I mean,
once
or 500 times. So if you want, this is your opportunity to help support the show and help us set the record straight for future episodes. So we're counting on you guys to hold our feet to the fire. Just don't burn us too badly now. If you're watching the video version, we'll put the links down below for social media. So that way you guys can write in and correct us. So that's all the time we have for today's podcast. Thank you, AJ, for joining us.
Thanks for having me as always.
Thank you, Annie, for joining us. I'm definitely going to do this again. I also wanted to mention, I'll put the links down below. Again, if you want to write in, my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/digitaldenizens. You can find me there. Look out for a post. I'll probably do a stream on Saturday or Sunday continuing Half-Life Alyx. I think that'll be fun. We'll do that until I finish it and then probably move on to I'm going to try and move on to another VR game because it's not super common and we need to make this more common.
I think that's an amazing idea. I was actually going to ask if that would be your thing because you do it so well. I think you would crush it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just got to think of like a good game that I think would be really cool to kind of riff off of, you know.
There's gotta be plenty out there.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. I have like almost 50 VR games just on my Steam VR account.
Dude, Super Hot?
I don't have Super Hot. I had it on PlayStation.
What?
I have it on PlayStation VR, but that's not the. Yeah, exactly.
That's the ill one. That's the stinky one.
That's the ill one. Yeah, I need to get it when it's like on sale. But I have like Beat Saber. I have a bunch of other ones, but yeah, we'll talk about that. So anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed the show. We hope you guys enjoyed what you heard, and we truly appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Digital Denizens. You have no idea how much it truly means to me and us, all of us, that you guys watch, that you listen, that you like and subscribe. And as I always say, keep your ear, one of them, any of them, to the ear. Keep your ear to the ground for more to come very soon, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.
Take care, guys.
You are listening to Digital Denizens.